Assalamu alaikum.
What?
How are you, student?
Good, Alhamdulillah.
One thing I have to discuss in this lecture, I have to discuss with you is the laws and the regulation and the standards have on the design of the website. And the second thing is include feature and provide additional functionality in the web pages development. So we have already discussed the laws, regulation, and standards, but I have to discuss the which laws is include in the in this which standard. And then the another is additional functionality. For the we can add addition functions in our website for more interactive website or interactive web pages. This is the good practice for if we add these features in our website, then our website will be the good. Additional functionality in the web pages development. If you have any addition function, so what functions you will add in your website. You have to told me that the which functions if you want to add in your website for attractive website, for making attractive website. So what you do is the additional functionality in the web page development. So you people, I want to know that what functions you want to add in your website. Extra functions like for more attractive looking for website. Then which functions you want to add? Tell me for adding in the web page.
Like we can add a contact number and things like that too.
For additional functions you want to add in your website for more attractive looking for more attractive website. Which functions you want to add?
Like animations and media.
Yes, you can add media for interactive, like more clients. Okay, media is a good point. Anyone else?
A navigation bar.
Yes, navigation bar. Navigation bar is basically the first point a client have to interact with, and basically the additional function I have add is the navigation menu. Okay, implement a well designed and intuitive navigation menu to allow user to easily navigate through different section of your website. Okay, navigation menu is the important part. We can add different pages in the navigation menu, and user can easily navigate through different sections of our website. Okay, then we have another search functionality. Then the if you will add a search functionality into your website, then it will be good for the it will enhance the functionality. Basically, include a search bar that enables user to quickly find the specific content and the product within your website. If the client want to search something in a website, they can easily research it. If the client want to search some products, they can easily find it, easily search on the search functionality bar. And then you can also add the forms. Use form to collect the user input such as a content information, feedback, and user generated content. Validate forms input to ensure data accuracy and securities. You can take the information from the users in the forms, and you have to save these information for must be a data accuracy and the security. We will save our forms in our database, and when our client want to retrieve some data, simply they log in. If they log in some website, they can retrieve data from the database, and data must be we have to make sure that our data is must be secure. Okay, and then the social media integrations basically integrate social media buttons or widgets that allow user to share your web pages or follow social media profile. I have already told you that you can add social media buttons in the end of your web page, which means you can add social media buttons in the footer area. Okay, then in the storyboard you also have to add the social media buttons. Okay, in your storyboard you have to show that you have added them. Okay, and then these are basically for easily contact with you. This is basically the part of the content, the client and the website, basically the owner. They can easily contact with each other and follow on social media. And then multimedia elements, basically you can add images, videos, audios, and interactive media element to engage the user and convey information effectively. The basically multimedia elements, if you add some images, videos, then it will good for the video. This is the best way to convey our information to the user or our client. Okay, and then we can add slider. Basically a slider is basically a showcase, a feature content and testimonial and the product images in the visual appealing and interactive manner. Basically we can add gallery. In the gallery you can add images like this. Okay, but the images are formed in the form of the sliding. The one image will be hide and second will be the show, and then move on in the sliding way. Okay, this is the best way. You have to you have seen already that you have different visit different website, and the web pages also add the gallery images in the sliding show and a slider. And this is the best practice for the adding images like that. Okay, you can add images like this, and this is the interactive manner basically. And if we you need to add maps, then the integrate basically maps or a geolocation features to provide location based information, direction, or store locator. Basically, you have to add the map for the doctor. Okay, the office location. You can add map in your web page. Okay, or you have to add the map. The map will show the location of the office. Okay, and then the responsive design, ensure your website is responsive and adopt to different screen size and devices, providing a seamless experience for user on desktop, tablets, and mobile devices. Basically, our website must be in that is very responsive and display in a different desktops or tablets or mobile devices. It is not only for the desktops. Okay, we will see coding method for the this responsive website, for how we can add the coding in the PHP so we can display our web page in different devices. Okay, or you can add a chat box or live chat. Basically implement chat box or live chat feature to offer real-time assistance, answer user inquiries, and provide customer support. Basically live chat is a good way for the customer. If you both have to create a website for a doctor, a dental doctor, and the client and the user is your mostly are the clients who want to know which doctor is available at which time and which days. So they can easily go in the live chat and ask for queries and different queries, and the live chat will help uh, to search more different doctors or a time or a schedule. They can easily find out in a live chat. Okay, and then user authentication and personalization allows user to create accounts, sign in, and personalize like experience in your website. This can include save preference and customized content and access to exclusive feature. Basically, we have must have to authentication. We have to provide authentication to the user. Uh, Okay, you also have to create a one storyboard page for the sign-in page. Okay, you must have to create another. I didn't mention in the previous slide, but you have to make a storyboard design web page for the sign-in page, which uh, you have to add for both. For both is like for the doctor and then for the client also. For the doctor, they have to log in or they have to log in as a client. If the doctor will log in the account, the first they have to create an account, and the second option is if they have already account. Okay, if the doctor have to create a new account, they have to all enter all the information about the qualification, availability, timetable, schedule, or available time, or whatever the doctor's information, the content and the qualification, and these are the information you have to add in the when the doctor create account. And when the client create account, they are just simple. There are just some simple options for the client if the client create new account. If the client have already account, then there is another page for this. If the client have already account, then must be the username or ID or a password, and log in into the in our web page. Okay, and they have to go for this process. Also, you have to create the storyboard for the doctor and the client also. Okay. Okay, then we have e-commerce functionality. If you are running an online store, incorporate features like shopping cart, product catalog, and the payment gateway and order management system to facilitate secure and convenient online transaction. Basically, you can add the online functionality for payment. You can add the student want if the client want an appointment, and basically this is very difficult for you guys to add this online transaction. So okay, you don't need to add this point, but for just for your knowledge, this is the best way to add online transactions. This is not an easy part. You can must have a bank. You have to attach the bank branch with it, with your website and the online transaction. This is very lengthy part. Okay, you don't need to add this point. Okay, and this is for the e-commerce functionality. This is the best for the e-commerce website. And the payment is if the client want to pay to the doctor, they must have to come in the hospital and pay the bills. And then content management system, implement a CMS to simplify the management and updating of website content and allow a non-technical user to add, edit, and delete content easily. Basically, website is not must be simple, so everyone can easily update or delete something. The non-technical user do not basically add something or add it, delete easily. You have not allowed this. If they can easily add it in your website, they make changes in the website, and this is not a good practice. And basically we have to limit our data to the user or a client. We limited data the user can access, and user can access and see in the data. Okay, we have to limit it our data. Then we have a point for the analytics and tracking. We can add with the Google. Integrate a web analytical tool like a Google Analytics to gather insight into a user behavior or track website performance and make the data-driven session decisions for improvement. We can add Google Analytics in our website, so we can easily see the traffic in our website, and we can track the user, where the user have clicked and how much time the user in our website and what they have searched for, the queries. We can easily track them, and what the mostly users search in our web page or website. We can easily track them user. Commenting and discussion basically is the important part. You can add in your web page, enable user to leave a comment, engage in discussion, and share their opinion in your website content through a comment section and integrate discussion platforms. Okay, the comment basically is the important part for the client. They can easily comment or engage discussion and share your opinion. You can add this point. This is a good point for making a website interactive. Or if someone have a query and they want to post in the website, someone is already mention it in the comment, so they can easily find out that query in the comment section. Okay, basically, this is the good point. And then RSS feeds and newsletter basically provide option for a user to subscribe the feedback and user. Basically, we allow to receive update news and content notification directly to in their email box. Basically, the client will subscribe our website, and if there is something new happen in our website, we can send email to our client. No, you can add the comment and discussion point in your website, but don't need to add for the subscribe or sending email. This is not best way, easy way to send email. You have to write a PHP code for this if you want to send something notification in the through email to the client. Then we have to discuss about the laws, regulation, and standards have on the design of website. The laws and the regulation we have already discussed, but which they lie in the which standard we have to discuss is accessibility. Basically, this is the law such as the American with Disability Act in the United States and the Web Content Disability Guidelines. We have already discussed the WCAG, globally required website to be accessible to individuals with disabilities. Designer must consider factors like screen reader compatibility, keyboard navigation, and the alternative text for images, and the color contrast to make website accessible to all the users. Website must keep in the mind the what color they are using in the website. The color must be seen every user. The color contrast is must be good. If you are using a dark background, then you must have to set a light color content on it. If you are using a light color theme, then you must have to write content in the dark color that is more visible to our clients or our user. This is a good way for accessible. And the color contrast basically have another thing is some are the color blinds. You must keep in your mind which color you have to use in your website. Okay, and you can also add another feature for the voice search. For easily can click on it and search in our voice and navigation and find out something in our website. Okay, and we have to add relative images for our text that customer can easily understand this. Mostly you visit a website, you cannot click on the contact us or call us and the location. You simply go in the website, you have seen there is something like this is for the location icon, or there is something a phone icon. Here you can easily see this type of images um, for the images. And if you want to find out something like if you want to find a contact number, you are finding not a contact number text, you are basically seeing a image first, interact with the image, then you have to go and see which the contact number they have mentioned. So basically image is the important part for it. And basically we can add more images for the showing us contact. Some people do not mention the contact as detail, but contact as text, they simply add the icons for this. They did not mention the location here, they just mention the icon and mention the location. not writing the text of the location. Okay, because the customer in our daily life, we are very used to for seeing these type of icons, and we have an idea about which icon represent which text. And then we have another law is the privacy and data protection law. Like the General Data Protection Regulations in Europe and the California Consumer Privacy Act in the United States regulate the collection, storage, and process of personal data. Web designer must implement privacy policy, consent mechanism, and the security measures to protect user data and ensure compliance with these laws. Okay, and this is basically privacy, and this is the protection law for the provider security to our customer or user. We have to protect the data of the our customer, and you must have to web designer must have to implement the privacy and policies laws, and we must have to secure our customer data, and we have to provide the security easily. And we have another is intellectual property. Copyright law protect original work for of authorship, including a website content, graphics, and multimedia element. Designer must be mindful of using copyrighted material without permission and ensure they have appropriate license and permission for the content they use. You are using the content and images or multimedia elements. These are all must be copyright free. Okay, and you can take the content. I have already told you that the images where you can take from, and you can search some free copyright images or websites. There are many available in there. Okay, they are very available basically, and you can take from that websites and add in your website. Okay, and you have to start working on your web page. Also, you have to must have to add the gallery images and the graphic images. Are like you have to add the icons for this, basically the icons for the text also you have to add. And then e-commerce and consumer protection, basically a website that engage in online sales and provide services must commonly with law governing e-commerce and consumer protection. This law often cover areas such as the product information, pricing, transparency, and a refund policy and deposit resolution and mechanism. Designer must incorporate clear and accurate information and provide a seamless user experience for online transactions. And we have to if we have to add these money transactions, so we must have to keep this law in our mind. But I think we don't need to add this point. We have no to implement this point in our web page. And then the other points are the security, data, and breach notification. Various law and regulation require website to implement security measure to protect user data and promote notify user in the event of data breach. Designer must consider secure coding practices, encryption and user authentication, and the secure transmission of sensitive data to safeguard user information. Basically, must have to protect our data, data of our client or a user. This is the main point for keep in our mind. And then we have an advertisement and marketing. If we advertise something in our website, or we have to allow Google for advertising our something in our web page. Which webs if there are more traffic in our website than the Google, if we add with the Google Analytics, they want to show some ad in our website, and we have to allow them. But which kind of ads we have to must these which are not in more sensitive. Basically, advertising law regulate how product and services are promoted online. We and the designer must ensure the compliance with rules and advertisement disclosure to sponsor content and the restriction of targeting certain audience. Basically, we are advertising something in our website, or we have to sponsor something, some content must, especially when it comes to children or sensitive topic. Which content we have to show to the children or not. Or when we have done with the SEO in our website, SEO is for basically our website is show in the top of the browser in our browser. And there is another thing, and we can advertise our website also. This is another way for we keep in keep website in our browser in the top of the list. So which type of ads we have to show in our website? This must be a sensitive or not for the children. Or if the you want to add some we have a client some children, then we must have to keep in our mind that we have to get all the information of the children and parental ID. In this law, basically our children online privacy is basically law such as the Children Online Privacy Protection Act in the United States and the GDRPS provision on the children data protection impose additional requirements when designing website target at or collection information from children. Designer must obtain the parental consent, provide age-appropriate content, and prioritize the privacy and the safety for the children online. If the children want to create an account, then there must be have another option for the parental ID. They have to mention for the notify for the activity of the children to the parent. This is the law. These are the laws basically we have to keep in our mind. We have to write the content is copyright free, and images, the graphics, and we have to follow these laws and the regulations also. Okay, we have done with the RAS regulations also, and we have seen the additional functionality also. So what you have to do is you have to download the XAM software. XAM software is basically a database. We have to connect our website with the database. We have to create database. XAM is basically a connection between this. This is a website. We have to connect the database. Here we will go and create a tables and forms, and we have to add a different admin site. We have to install XAM for this, and we have to add our website with the database through XAM. So here is a link I have mentioned. You can simply go and download, and you can see the tutorial online tutorial for how to download XAM. But if you have any problem regarding downloading a XAM, you can contact me and through Ma'am Kinza, and I will resolve your query. Okay. And XAM is the important part. Basically, this is in the next lecture I will set up the XAM and configure the steps, and we have to look the we have to run some query on the XAM also. So you both must have to download first and follow the online tutorial for the downloading. Okay. And if you have any query about this, you can ask me later. Okay. Or for the today's lecture, you have any query or a question?
No, miss.
Okay. So you must have to first to submit the storyboard, and after this you have to download the XAM software also, and you have to start working on the creating of web pages. As you have to send me, and
Okay.
okay, and okay, the all points we have discussed. So you can leave the class if you don't have any question. Allah Hafiz.